Hi there and welcome to another session of Accountancy for Standard 12 with me Vishwanath sir. Today we shall continue for the last time with admission of a partner. Of course we shall be revising this at later intervals, and our main aim is always to strengthen our adjustments. The adjustments form a very vital part of the sum. If the adjustments can be done easily, there will be no harm in cracking the entire sum. Okay, so today I get underway with this particular sum, whereby which I shall solve certain adjustments, and the sum has to be done by you for homework as an assignment. Okay, so as usual, there are two partners X and Y, and they are going to admit Z. Okay, the two partners are X and Y given in the sum, and they admit a new partner, and the name of the new partner is Z. The ratio at which they are sharing the profits initially is 3:2. Okay, as usual, I tell you to prepare the following accounts. So you're going to prepare the following accounts. That is, number one, a revaluation account. Number two, you're going to prepare the partner's capital account. Third, you will prepare the cash account, cash bank account, whichever is there, or a combination. Fourth, you will prepare the goodwill account. And fifth, you will prepare the balance sheet. So your first step towards solving a sum becomes when you prepare these following accounts and statements. Number two, you're going to enter the balance of the partner's capital account as by balance brought down. While as cash, you will write down to balance brought down. Cash has got a debit balance, so it will come on the debit side. Capital has got a credit balance, since it's in the liability, it comes on the credit side of the partner's capital account. Okay, so this is the amount which is to be put forward. From here, we go to checking the other parts of the sum. Okay. We first check if there's any general reserve or P&L or any such items like that to get underway. So the first what we are going to check is general reserve. Yes, general reserve is there in the sum, and the amount of general reserve is 5,000. Okay, so general reserve. What do we do with general reserve? Number one. Not number one, the journal entry for general reserve is general reserve debit. Why? Because it had a credit balance in the liabilities, and this gets distributed amongst the two partners, the two existing or the old partners, to X's capital, to Y's capital account. And of course, only for goodwill you use the sacrifice ratio. Otherwise, for other things, you will use the old ratio only. Okay, so 3:2. This is 5,000. So the division is easy, 3,000 and 2,000 respectively. Fine. So this is general reserve for you. Okay. Also in the balance sheet, and the last item if you see of the assets, you have what is known as goodwill. Now this also has to be distributed amongst the old partners in the old ratio. Okay, so goodwill has to be distributed. The amount of goodwill which they have given in the sum is also 5,000 as general reserve. So goodwill will be credit. Since we are distributing it, it had a debit balance. Now we are distributing it, it becomes credit, and X's capital account is debit and Y's capital account is debit. The old partner's capital in the old ratio. Okay, old partner's capital in the old ratio is debited. Okay, so this leaves us with 3,000 to X and 2,000 to Y, and the goodwill amount is 5,000. Okay, so what do? You go to the debit side of your partner's capital account and write down 2 goodwill and distribute it amongst the old partners X and Y. The figures will come here and here. Okay, the figures will come here and here. Fine. So let us discuss the adjustments which are there below the balance sheet. Now the old balance sheet or the balance sheet which is given in the sum. Below that, whatever is the adjustments, let us discuss that first. Out of that, 2 adjustments are very prominent. One is capital and the other is goodwill. Okay, so let us tackle with this. Say on the above date, they have told that Z is admitted as a partner. They have not mentioned about how much amount he is going to get. So this shall be done at the end of the sum, where you shall assume the ratio to be 1:1:1. Okay, and he is going to get that much amount as capital. Okay, or we can simply take that he is going to get 1/4 of the share. If it's not given in the sum, take 1/4 of the share. If he is getting 1/4 of the share, you have to calculate that the other two partners capital balance is 3/4. So at the end, when you come to this particular end of the sum, the partner's capital account, say this is X and Y, whatever are their balances, you add both of them, and this corresponds to 3/4. So the new partner, what he will be getting will be 1/4. Okay, so how much is that particular figure? So it will be 1/4 multiplied by this plus this divided by, or you can again tell multiplied, but you will multiply it by the reciprocal of 3/4. Because it is a division here, it will become a multiplication and the reciprocal will occur. Okay, so and that answer you will put it in the cash account and you will put it in the debit side. Sorry, you will put it in the partner's capital account as buy cash, and in the cash account you will write as 2Z's capital. Fine. Let's go to the next part of it. The goodwill of the firm is 60,000. Okay, the goodwill of the firm is 60,000. Now in this I am assuming that the share of Z is 1/4. So if the value of the firm is 60,000, so his share will be 1/4. 1/4 means 15,000 is his share of goodwill. Okay, so he is getting goodwill, so it is cash account debit to goodwill, $15,000, and this goodwill which was credit here now becomes debit, so it is goodwill account debit to X's capital to Y's capital. Since no new ratio is given in the sum, the old ratio itself would be regarded as a sacrifice ratio. Okay, so 15,000 will have to be divided in the ratio 3:2. So 3/5, so it is 9,000 and 6,000 respectively. Okay, so that is goodwill for you. It ends, the goodwill part ends, and it doesn't end here, sorry. It is told that he is going to get half his goodwill in cash. Okay, so there will be a change here. He is getting half his goodwill in cash. So this figure from 15,000 will change to 7,500. Okay, 7,500. So here also it will be 7,500. And here the figures will be 4,500 and 3,000. Okay, which means that the other half of 7,500 he is not going to get. So 7,500 if he is not going to get, we will have to pass the adjustment in his current account. Okay, so the entry for that will be Z's current account debit, that will be 7,500, to X's capital, to Y's capital. $4,500 and 3,000. Okay, so and this, the second effect will come, you will write it in your assets. Okay, the second effect will come in the assets, since we have to get this amount from Z. Okay, so that finishes off with your goodwill part of it, and they have written in the sum, stock, plant and machinery are 10% less than the book value. I shall not discuss it with figures, since you all know how to do it. So stock, plant and machinery. Stock, plant and machinery are assets. Okay, let's take for example stock. The value of this is coming down by 10%. Okay, it's coming down by 10%. Okay, so I'm taking the example of stock. The value of stock given in the sum is 7,700. So you minus 770 from that, that is 10%. So that will give you 6,930. So this figure will go to the debit side of revaluation account. Okay, debit side of revaluation account as to stock. Okay, so this is your revaluation account, so it will come on the debit side. Okay, it will come here as to stock. The same will appear for the other items such as machinery, plant and machinery and stock. The same thing is going to appear. A plant and machinery also, what will you do? You will minus that much amount and you will put it on the debit side of your revaluation account. Okay, so we finish with this part. Now they have given the market value of investment is 12,000. Okay, the market value of investment is how much? 12,000. Okay, the value of investment, if you see, the value of investments, if you see in the sum, is 3,000. Okay, investments, the value is 3,000 rupees. Now this value has gone up by, there's an appreciation, it has gone up by 9,000, hence it has become 12,000. Okay, so this is a profit for the firm. It will come on the credit side of revaluation account. Okay, credit side of revaluation, I remind you again, are the profits, and the profits is when the value of the asset rises and the value of the liability falls. Value of the asset rises and the value of the liability falls. So it will come as buy investments and the amount will be 9,000. Okay, the difference where it has gone up. Okay, so this was investments for you, after which we shall discuss the provision for debtors and the provision for discount on creditors. Both are 5% each. Okay. We come to know the value of the debtors is 8,800. Okay, debtors value is 8,800. Okay, 5% you less. 10% is 880, so 5% is 440. Okay, 440. So if you minus this, you'll get 8360. Okay, this first effect, it will come in the revaluation account. It will come in the revaluation account debit side. Why? The value of the asset is falling down. So I write this as 2 provision and the amount will be 440. Similarly, we see the value of creditors as 620. Okay, creditors is 620. Creditors is a liability. Sorry, 6,200. So I am deducting the discount provision. So 5% will be 310. Okay, 310. This will give me 5890. Okay, it will give me 5890. So this amount of 310 will come on the credit side as by creditors or by discount on creditors, 310. Okay, it's a profit for us. Why? The value of the liability is falling down. So it's a profit for us. So that finishes with all the adjustments. As usual, balance your evaluation account and transfer the profit or loss to the partner's capital account. Balance a partner's capital account, yes, after you finish with Z's adjustment. Okay, and transfer the amount to the revised balance sheet. Balance the cash bank account, transfer it to the assets, goodwill account, as usual balances, balance the balance sheet. Okay, finish this sum for homework. Thank you so much. This is Vishwanath sir signing off.